Hello, and welcome to this movie review podcast. Today, me and a friend of mine will be reviewing Star Wars Return of the Jedi. This episode's friend is Coakley Lewis.
Hello, and thank you for having me here.
So, I'm pretty familiar with the Star Wars franchise. I'm a pretty big fan, and I know for a fact that you are too. I find the movie to be quite enjoyable, filled with action and sadness, especially when the mood is brought down when a big character dies. I think the movie is incredibly good, but I would like to hear what your opinion is.
So my opinion is that the movie Star Wars Return of the Jedi is incredibly good. It's obviously the best one out of the original three. I do not take into consideration the other movies because I am a Star Wars snob. I still enjoy it and will gladly watch it many more times. I will say I have dreamed all the movies at least once. I am so familiar with them.
What I remember is the first time watching this movie when I was in first or second grade. I don't remember the exact time or year, but I just know one of those times. And that's when I fell in love with the franchise. And I was wondering, when did you first see the movie?
I don't remember when I saw the movie because I was very young.
Every movie has a part that sticks out from the rest. In this case, for me, it'd be when Luke almost walks off the plank, but instead bounces back and kills everyone on the ship. I was wondering, what is your favorite part or scene of the movie?
I think personally my favorite part of the movie is the Ewoks, especially specifically when they try to cook and eat everyone. Just no competition. It's not the walking the plank. I mean, like, it is a cool scene. I'm not gonna disagree with you, but the Ewoks are better.
Every movie has a part that sticks out from the rest. In this case, for me, it'd be when Luke almost walks off the plank, but instead bounces back and kills everyone on the ship. I was wondering, what is your favorite part or scene in the movie?
Personally, I think the plot is very well written and really incorporates the different settings extremely well. I loved how they incorporated a lot of different scenery and everything, and it's amazing viewing experience. I think it's lovely that they did that, plus the Jedi story plot is like 10 out of 10. Perfect.
I'm just gonna get straight to the point here. What is your favorite character on both the Jedi and Sith side?
I think my favorite character has to be Leia, then Han Solo, then Chewie. I don't know. It's kind of a tough one. My favorite Sith character is Boba Fett, just because he's he's amazing. There's so much of an interesting backstory, but the character development on Vader is perfect. So from a movie snob perspective, Darth Vader is a better character, but I like Boba Fett's story in general, mood there, much better.
Even though most of your favorite characters are Jedis instead of Boba Fett and Darth Vader, would you consider yourself to be more of a Sith or a Jedi?
I would definitely consider myself to be more of a Sith because I have been told that I am not the most ethical and morally right person, but I'm not gonna argue that I'm not a Jedi. I mean,
I'll try not to get on your bad side. Anyways, time for an interesting question. What's your favorite planet? I'm a basic person, so I like Tatooine, just like Luke Skywalker.
My favorite Star Wars planet is the planet called Mon Calamari, inhabited by the Mon Calamari people who hail the oceans of Mon Cala. I like this planet because they named it after fried squid, and it's like squid people live on it. That's my whole gist. I don't really like Alderaan is definitely cooler, but I'm gonna, as my fried squid, I can't talk. As my fried squid loving self, I'm gonna have to go with Mon Calamari.
Alright, good to know. That's a very funny planet, actually. That sounds hilarious. Anyways, favorite fight scene that happened. I said mine earlier, I think. If not, it's when Luke murdered everyone after almost walking the plank. Yeah. I like it, though.
This is a tough one because there are a lot of options. However, Princess Leia killing Jabba is the best fight scene because of how important the story behind it is. Well, the most dramatic scene is when Luke finds out Leia is his sister. Dude, that had me sobbing. It's such a good scene. I love it a lot.
Very dramatic indeed. Anyways, so every Star Wars movie is either filled with the same actors slash actresses or new actors slash actresses. And I want you to tell me who you think the best and worst actor slash actress is in this movie.
I refuse to answer this question because every actor and actress in Star Wars is great, and you can't ever put legends against each other like that. My movie snob self cannot put up with that. It's ridiculous.
Honestly, that's very fair, so you do not have to answer that. What do you like and dislike about like the scenes, like the lighting and angles of the movie? Like, is it better than most movies or not?
One thing I know for a fact is that the swamp scenes were filmed in George Lucas's pool. I just find that hilarious. Everything else about angles and lighting is all done very, very well. It was very, it was pioneering kind of the lighting age, and it is amazing. I'm speechless.
You're not entirely wrong. Like, goddamn, George Lucas, clean your freaking pool. Anyways, so next question is, every movie usually has some sort of lesson in it. So, if there are any lessons, what are some of them that you have learned?
A few lessons I learned are don't rush into stuff without thinking it through. Oh, for real, that's way high up there. Don't get frozen in carbonite. Very special. Reach out for help when you need it, and don't ever kiss a blind guy. Also, maybe not try to rescue your romantic partner, because it kind of screwed everything up for Leia. But also, she's an independent queen. Like, okay, moving on.
I'm not afraid to say this. I'm very confused by the last one, but those are some great lessons that this thing teaches. But continuing the last question, if there's a theme in the movie, what is the most recurring one?
A constantly reoccurring theme, not just in this Star Wars movie, but every Star Wars movie, only 3, is redemption. This theme is everywhere, and it makes up most of the movie, with characters trying to redeem what was once lost. Oh, such a heartthrob.
That was absolutely beautifully said. Good job. Anyways, everyone has a view on the movie. They think it's either good, they think it's absolutely hot garbage. I think it's great. If you were the movie director of this movie, what would you change? What would you keep the same? What would you improve on? What would you do differently? Yeah.
I would have made Leia more independent and given her more screen time. Mostly because I'm just a Leia stan. On top of that, I would never have made Luke fall in love. Oh, no. I think it was important that they kind of had that normalized platonic love, people. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking about making Luke fall in love with Leia. So, the main point of Star Wars, I think, is to try making it look realistic, even though for its time, it was like in the 1970s, when it was like the first Star Wars movie was released. They did good in 1983, I think. What do you think the most realistic and least realistic parts in the movie are?
The fakest scene to me was the chomp scene in the monster lair. So this is the Rancor in the Rancor pit, where like he's thrown into the pit because he's revealed himself to Jabba and no one saw it coming. That felt fake to me. I mean, it was really terrifying. Like, the feelings it made me feel the first time I watched it were real. It was just like watching back, it's not the most realistic. I think C-3PO, like being thought of as a god and floating and everything, felt very real and was realistic. And I love. Also, the Ewoks, like those. I am still wondering. I need to do my research on this, but like how they made that happen is really cool.
Honestly, I agree. Rancor is freaking terrifying. Funny moments in the movie. What was your funniest? Honestly, this entire we all know like there's funny moments. Like I feel like a fourth of this movie was like funny. I liked it.
The funniest moments is just like C-3PO freaking out because he's totally like he's up there with my favorite characters. Although I love them all and we can never compete against each other. My favorite droid is R2-D2 because he is like so sassy. It's me if I was a droid. I mean, come on.
I am in absolute agreement. C3PO is absolute perfection. He's the best character of all time. uh, R2D2 is pretty cool as well. If you could replace an actor slash actress with yourself, who would it be? It's a quite simple question, but I feel like it'd be interesting to know who you would replace.
I always wanted to be the person who plays Leia, Carrie Fisher, so I guess it would be me. I dressed up as Leia for Halloween 4 years in a row. Iconic. Oh my gosh, I'll have to show you sometime. Dude, I'm still obsessed with Leia. What did I go as for last Halloween? Oh, Leia, right. Oh, good times, good times.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher's pretty cool. It's unfortunate that she died, but yeah. My question to you, even though this is like completely off topic, why would you go as Leia for 4 years in a row? Like, that kind of just confuses me. Anyways, we're getting close to the end, considering the fact this is getting very long. So let's end off with 2 more questions. What group of people do you think would like this movie? Like, who would you recommend it to? Who would you not recommend it to? What would you rate it? Like a final thought on it, you know?
First off, I recommend this to everyone. However, if they don't like it, they don't deserve to be human. That's a little harsh, but you know what I mean. Second, I recommend this for younger audiences, but I would not recommend it to toddlers because from experience, Darth Vader literally terrified me. I was so scared. I still have nightmares about Darth Vader. But he's like the coolest character. I don't know, man. It should be common knowledge, and the movie is good, in case I haven't made that obvious.
Alright, it's time for the final question. What would you grade this movie? Like on a scale of 1 to 10? Or like using stars or something like that?
82 out of 10 stars.
I agree. Definitely really good. 82 out of 10. Anyways, that is all the time we have here today. Thank you, Coakley, for joining me here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Of course, tune in next time for more movie reviews with friends.